Hi, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. And we have recently been to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And we went to see Katy Perry again. So we wanted to talk...
Three times in 1 week.
Yeah, 3 times in 1 week. So we wanted to talk to you more about the Resorts Theater. We have had a lot of experience. Each of the 4 times we've seen Katy now, we've sat in a different seat. So we wanted to tell you about that.
Yeah.
If you remember, back in February, we came back and we talked about going to see Katy Perry and Adele in Las Vegas. Adele was at Caesars and Katy Perry was at the Resorts Theater. And both of them, we were not happy with the seating, right, Maddie?
No.
You had people's... Yeah. What did you see? What do you see?
People's butts.
Yeah, that's all she sees. The theater seating is horrible if you can't stand up, which I'm not even going to get into that. But I did write to both and both places. And Caesars actually got back with me.
Yeah. And
they said that they would take it under advisement or suggestions when they rebuilt the theater in 50 years. But anyway, so at least they got back with me. Resorts never did.
No.
So we liked Katy Perry so much that we decided, and her show was going to end. It ended in November. Yep. And we wanted to go back and see her again. So we bought tickets for 2 more shows. And the second one that we went to was, I think, November 1st. And we actually went and sat in the front row. And we're going to talk about that. But let's talk about first, and we will show you some videos of what it's like to sit in these other spots where you can't see anything. So in February, we sat in rear Orchestra 3. See there. Rear Orchestra 3 is here, the purple. We were in the back row. And the cameraman was beside us, recording and putting it up on the big screen. But there was really no difference between where we were sitting and the row in front of us. So when everybody sat, and that was the one where they were drunk, right? The people, there were 4 of them, and they had been drinking too much and just twerking all over the place and just being obnoxious. So Maddie, I had to hold my phone up so she could see. I held my phone either up to the screen or to the stage so she could see what's going on. Yep. And that's when I wrote the letter, and Resorts didn't care. So when we went back in, it was Halloween.
Yes.
We went back, and I got tickets, and we wanted to check this spot out. Back row, always the back row, in front Orchestra 3. And that's where we sat. Again, it wasn't great.
No.
It's just really no depth difference between the wheelchair and then the seat in front of you. When the people left, they left early.
Yeah, they did.
Maddie was able to see partly, and we were on the edge.
Yeah, I was able to see
yes,
and see the stage.
You were when the lady left, because she was, the lady in front of us was kind of out in the, because I thought, oh, Maddie can kind of scoot over and see down the aisle.
Yeah.
No. So, but she could see the screens. Yeah. Because if she looked to the right or to the left, she could see the screens. So, you could see the screens at least. Yeah. That was an improvement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, the next night, I had bought these, again.
The best part.
Yeah, I had bought these on the same time that I bought the front orchestra. But I looked and I did a lot of research, and I was looking at all these pictures because I did not remember when we were up here. I did not remember. I knew that there were stairs down in all these rows, but I didn't know, because we hadn't been in the theater except for up here. I didn't know what was down here. Was it steps? Was it a walkway that was just carpeted down, a sloped walkway? So I looked at pictures, did some research, and lo and behold, it's just a sloped area. So what I did was I bought us tickets over here, front row. There's a section of 4 seats, and I bought the 2 farthest out here because I figured nobody would be in Maddie's way that way.
Yep.
There were 2 other people, but if they stood up and I sat down, at least Maddie could see the stage.
Yeah.
Could you see Maddie?
Yes.
Was it awesome?
Yeah. Should we tell them what happened?
We will tell them what happened.
Yay!
So the people were very nice. I sat them in the front row. So we wheeled Maddie down, and the ushers were great. See, so this works if you can transfer into another.
Yes.
Into a regular chair, because she was in there were seats, and she was in the seat. I transferred her over, and then I sat next to her.
Yep.
And I'll show you the pictures. We'll add some pictures of that night, which was amazing. But again, the ushers were great. They took her wheelchair, put a name tag on it, took it away. They said, wait until people leave, and then we'll bring it back to you. So the show started. It was great.
Yes.
Maybe stuff on the far side we couldn't see.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Because we were, like I said, we were here, and maybe stuff that happened way over here, couldn't see it. You could see it on the screen.
Yeah.
But Katie came by so many times, and we could see so much of the show.
We could see so much of the show. It was amazing.
Yes. So Maddie she wanted to do something fun. She was front row, what to do. So first of all, she said, I want to make a sign. And I said, okay, canoodling, what will get Katie's attention? So we didn't have any art supplies or anything. I just had some lipstick because it was Halloween. So I got some lipstick to dress like, or do my lips like Winnie from Hocus Pocus. Yeah. So I had that, and I had a piece of paper from our hotel information. So I wrote selfie with a question mark. And we didn't know, because she never made any gestures or anything that she had seen the sign. So she's going along, and she only had 2 shows
left
before her final. So she said, and she was, I don't know what she was saying, but she said, all this has to go. Well, she said the fire, but I don't believe it. It's got to go because the show's going to be over.
Yeah,
so
in the fireplace.
In the fireplace. I'm like, what? But she said, who would like something from the stage? And everybody's like, ah. So I didn't realize my friend was the smart one. There was a box of cereal from one of the scenes, and all of the letters were K's and P's. And they were big letters.
We should show.
Will be a picture, but it's now my husband is making a shadow box for it. So anyway, she chose a K, and she went over to another person in the front row in the middle here. And then she had a P. She got a P from the box of cereal. And she came over and she said to me, because I was, standing up, and she said to me, this is for her. And so we said, oh, thank you. And then she came over to Maddie on the stage, and she goes, do you want your selfie now? And Maddie's like,
yes,
please, yes.
Yes,
so
please.
I've got it on video. It's crazy because you know, I'm trying to take the P and get it, and then I was recording, and I was trying to get it switched over to picture, and switch it so she could do a selfie. So we'll share the selfie as well.
Yeah.
So she got a selfie with Katy Perry.
We said, well, she said,
What are you doing?
sorry. You said I couldn't stand up.
Right. So she said, yeah, when she said, are you ready for your selfie? And I said, well, she can't stand up.
But she said,
And
that's
so-
okay, I love you.
Yeah, she goes,
thank
"That's
you
okay."
thank you for coming to my show.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what she said. She was so sweet.
She's so nice.
Front row. Front row is the way to go. If you're and again, Maddie deserves to sit in any seat she can. She can get into.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to do the research, to realize that she could do this. And so we transferred her over to the chair. Like I said, I sat through the whole show so that she could have a better view. You know, I didn't stand in front of her like most people do and twerk and yeah. But it was a great show. So and Maddie got a selfie with Katy Perry and a big P. It's probably that big, and it's that thick. It's a prop from her show if you've seen it.
Yeah.
So my advice, if you're going to the resorts, you're in a wheelchair and you can afford, and I mean the tickets for Katy were nothing compared to Adele or some of the other people. Get front row. You can sit there.
Yeah.
Get on the sides. On these either side, there's only 4 seats over here and 4 seats over here. You know, the middle gets kind of crazy because you've got, again, a lot of people up dancing. So, but kind of just stick to the sides and the front row, and you'll be good. So then this was like a Wednesday night, and our friend was leaving, and we thought, what are we gonna do? You know, what do we do? Because she had a Friday night and a Saturday night show. And so I said to Maddie, and this was Thursday morning, after we had that wonderful night, I said, what do we do? Do you want to go gamble, or do you want to spend less money and go see Katy Perry again?
Yes.
And what did you decide?
Katy
Perry. So, of course, the front row was not available at that time. So let me see. The ones that were available were balcony 6, way up here in the back row, of course. Now, this time we tried something different. I did what I have suggested that the theaters do. So we had the back row, but I looked, and the seats in front of us were available. So, I mean, they weren't that expensive, maybe $20 or $30 each, something like that, something really reasonable.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to try this because I've told the theaters, this helps. So I bought our tickets in the back, and then I bought, you had to buy 3 together. 2 would have worked, but I had to buy 3 together. But I bought the row in front of us. See if that worked better. Well, interesting fact, it did work fabulous. We actually got to see the whole show.
At the whole stage.
The whole stage, the whole show. The screens were down lower, which I thought was odd because they should have been up higher so the people way up in the balcony could have seen them better.
Yeah.
But the balcony is a whole different animal. In we've been in the rear orchestra, we've been in the front orchestra, we've been in the front row. Different animals than up in the balcony. And what was different about the balcony? Do you remember?
The balcony was just, I loved that I could see the whole stage.
Right, but what were people doing in the balcony that they weren't doing, that they were doing down below? They weren't standing.
They weren't standing.
They weren't standing. it was weird. There were some that were standing, but very few.
Oh yeah, that's right. They
sporadically.
weren't standing. Yeah.
No, there were a couple. I saw a couple people standing from where I could see, but people weren't standing. And I don't know if they're so far detached from the rest of the. We could hear, we could see, we could do everything. People just weren't standing. So we got to see the whole show.
Yeah.
Whether that happens all the time, I don't know. But just
it was a rare experience.
Yeah, and like I said, I had bought the row in front of us, or 3 seats, because 3 were sold together. They were resales. So we had that buffer. But then we had people that weren't standing. Could see the whole show.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So I'd either say the front row or the back row. So one night we were in the front, one night we're in the back. We saw beautiful both times. Everywhere in between.
And the selfie sign was genius.
Oh, thank you. I tried. Yeah, so that is our experience at the resorts. Like again, front row is our first pick. Back row is our next pick. Everything in between, people are all over the place. And I've been thinking about this because this bothers me with this whole seating for the disabled, being that I think that the main objective of venues is accessibility, because you can get in. You can't see, but you can get in. I know. So
that's just stupid.
It is. And we've been to enough. We love concerts.
Yeah.
We love them. And we've stopped going to Denver for a while. When we went to Pink, we had good seats.
Yes.
But we've been to Denver where it's horrible.
Ball Arena?
Yeah. It's just they put you wherever they can. They don't care if you can see or not. So I've been thinking, and what is the hottest ticket in the whole world right now?
Probably.
No, the hottest ticket. Who is the one that everybody wants to go see?
Sorry. My brain is still
think about it. Taylor Swift. Okay, and I have read that people with disabilities or people in wheelchairs have been having a horrible time getting tickets because there's very few seats.
Yeah.
And the whole system of getting...
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so my idea, because I'm always thinking outside the box, is any concert that has like general admission areas. Like I know Taylor is a good, when we went to see Pink, there were seats, but any concert that has a general admission standing area out in the bottom, on the floor, in the field, whatever, take one of those sections and just allow people in wheelchairs. And in that section of people with wheelchairs, people have to sit in their wheelchairs. If they want to stand up, they can sit in the back and then stand up. If the people with them, accompanying them, want to stand up, they can go to the back of that area. Because people that can't stand up can't see. Yeah. And who wants to look at a screen all night long when you want to see what's happening around you?
Yeah.
And everybody is standing around you.
It's ridiculous.
And that's all you see is this cluster of people all around you.
I honestly wish that people were just more considerate. I wish that they would be more aware.
Well, it's their right to.
I know.
It's their right. But yes, it would be nice if people were more aware and just... But anyway, so that's my suggestion. Probably going to go nowhere, but it's just my suggestion is just have a section where people in wheelchairs can sit and they can see. And they can't stand up. If they're going to stand up, they go to the back of the section. It's just, I mean, they do that at Disney for the parades. Remember, they ask, you can go in with people, but they ask if you're going to stand, go to the back. So that people in wheelchairs can see.
And so that's genius. So
It's
kudos to Disney for
Yeah,
that.
it's not genius, it's common sense. But, you know, that isn't...
But
always-
I'm thankful for the movie. I'm thankful for the Taylor Swift movie that's out.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, wouldn't you like to go and see her concert?
Absolutely.
All right. But it's, you know, you either pay $3,000 if you can find a ticket, which it's very hard to. But I'm just saying, common sense, anybody who plays a show where there's general admission, just make a section just for people in wheelchairs. But that's my idea, and I'm sticking to it. All right, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. We'll be back with more adventures soon. Bye.
Bye.